Welcome to Ultimate Autographs. If you were looking for the internet's most exciting and interactive live break room, then you have come to the right place. We are opening live break mystery boxes featuring the biggest names from across the sports world every single day. If you're new to breaking with us, we can help break it down and make it as easy to understand as possible. First, head over to the live break page and look for a series that suits your interests. Most of our series will have 8 spots, which represent the 8 NFL divisions, but other sports breaks or mixers may vary. If you purchase one spot, that means you have a 1 in 8 chance to win that item at an extremely discounted rate. Next, click Add to Cart to purchase your live break spot. Once you've completed your checkout, tune into the next available live breaks broadcast on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube at noon, 3, or 6 p.m. Central Time any day of the week. As you watch, you will see your name appear on the screen when your specific break begins. Your name will go into the randomizer and will be randomized a specific amount of times based on that evening's dice roll number. Once randomization is over, the list of names of people that bought into that live break will be matched up with a specific division. If the item that is pulled from the mystery box matches your division, congratulations, you just won an incredible piece of signed memorabilia. Want to guarantee yourself an item as opposed to testing your luck? Some of the series that you see on the live break page can be purchased under the mystery box tab of our website. Those boxes could either be shipped directly to your door or open live on the air before being sent to you. While you are there, make sure to sign up for our Signature Points Club. This exclusive club earns you points toward specific discounts, signed items, or exclusive events each and every time you buy at ultimateautographs.com. The moment you have been waiting for has come. Let's break some signed memorabilia.
Ultimate Autographs break page community, hello, welcome. It's Alex, your host. We're here for the 12 p.m. show alongside my friend Rob. Rob, how are we doing?
Wonderful, brother. We're getting ready to kick off our noon show. Week 3 is getting ready to kick off right now. And nothing else I would rather do than spend my Sunday with you and hop into this break room and, see what goodies we got inside.
Nothing excites me more than being here in the Ultimate Autographs break room on game day, Sunday, NFL Sunday, alongside you, man, or any of my Ultimate Autographs brethren.
It just feels different on Sundays, man. We're obviously surrounded by great football memorabilia, but it's maybe not exactly the feeling that you get before you put on the pads for a Sunday. If you did go out and play football, but it is a little different. You get that pregame type of feeling before a show on Sunday. So
it gets you all juiced.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
excited.
Man, me too. Me as well. Here is the William Perry, the Fridge Rave Mini that we pulled in the previous show. That was the only break we did. I anticipate we'll continue with some more breaks in this show. Rob, you just mentioned how many spots were we to go on the next nearest break?
Yeah, so for the game day,
I think it was 4, I believe.
There's 4 spots left in the game day. Double. That's a double break.
So. 4 spots to go in that game day double break. That would be awesome to do that double during the show. We're gonna get the show set up as always, of course, with the dice roll and then a chase wheel spin. The last couple shows I've been doing the Alex special and things like that. We're going to keep it as is, do the normal chase wheelio. But regardless of what we spin, I am going to add that speed flex to it. So if we add the speed flex, I'm going to add the high roller. So that's that. So if you follow me there, Rob, whenever we roll on the chase wheel or whatever we spin, I'm going to add the speed flex to it. If we land on the speed flex, I'm going to add the high roller in addition to. So that way there's double the trouble here on Sunday. Sunday.
Love to hear it, my man. So just real quick, want to give a shout out to Mr. Benjamin Burney, first time buyer, buying himself into the mini series, which was our double box break that we had during the 9 a.m. So Benjamin, welcome to the UA community, my man. Something we usually like to ask the chat. How'd you hear about us, and who are you going to be watching this Sunday?
For sure, Benjamin. So people are already buying into that mini. We'll do a full page rundown and kind of see where we're at. But that mini is definitely a great place to be too. It's brand new. We got some brand new stuff in the room, including a practice squad, the mini, as I mentioned. And for that matter, the league leader, Speed Flex, that is still, for the most part, pretty brand new and loaded with headliners. So let's take a look at the dice. And then we'll do the chase, and then we'll look at where we're at with the break page. Awesome possum. Our old friend Nick used to say that. Hello to Nick Johnston if he's listening. There's the break page, but first we got to do a dice roll. It was 8 last show. Dude, I've been off with these lately. Rob, what do you think it's going to be?
It was what, 7 in our
8.
8 in the morning show? All right, you know, we're leveling up here. Let's just go one step up to level 9.
Level 9, he says. I'm gonna go with 7. I'm gonna keep rolling with 7 until we get a 7. It is 6. So I think that's the lowest we can do, 6 or higher. So that'll do. 6 it will be. Put that in the dice roll. Heard about you from Instagram. Awesome. Hey, hopefully that was from my post earlier there, Rob. That'd be sick, right?
I was gonna say, yeah, the marketing from yourself. Love it.
What up? But yeah, hey, good to hear about you, man. Glad that you are here in the break room. Definitely a great time to be here. Is BB26588? Is that the guy you mentioned that's in the minis, perhaps?
Yeah.
It's the guy that's in the chat.
Yeah, he's just bought into the minis. Yep.
There we go. Well, dude, who's your team? Who's your squad? Make sure I put 6 in there. There we go.
Got a Lions and Cardinals fan in here, so this probably the only place on earth that you'd find a Lions and Cardinals fan in the same room together. But
Cowboys. He likes his Cowboys. But we have a DeMarcus Ware in the league leader speed flex, bro. That's definitely a good spot to be. Troy Aikman, of course, in the minis. That might be why you're there. Probably is. But yeah, dude, we always have Cowboys in the room, my man. So great place to be if you're a Cowboys fan or NFL fan for that matter. So here's our chase wheel spin. We're about to do this up, see what we land on. That will be what will kind of incentivize you guys to get in the breaks today. If you get into these breaks, we close anything out, we'll add your name to the chase wheel list. At the end of the show, if we have enough names in there, we will do the chase wheel. And you possibly could win up to $100. So we will see what happens. And again, whatever we land on, the league leader is the speed flex. So if we land on the league leader speed flex, I'll add the high roller to that, which I don't see on there, but it doesn't matter. We don't need to add it since I'm going to add it potentially anyway. If it lands on the league leader or something else, what is the high roller called? Just high roller.
Just high roller. Yep.
But if it's anything else besides league leader, the speed flex will add that. So let's take a look. Afternoon Heels 2022. Ashley Kroberson. I hope I'm saying that all right. Ashley K. Roberson. Afternoon to you. Thomas Sweeney. Hello. Thomas Sweeney is saying me too. I believe he's talking about the Cowboys. And then Lions fan 420. Lions fan 420. Is that Derek Kissinger? Is that you? Or is that, who is that?
Yep, it is.
Derek, my man. What's up, bro? Ooh, it is the diamonds. Not a bad deal. So we're going to add the diamonds and the speed flex to that deal. The chase. So for chase, I'm going to put speed flex in there. But you guys know that's the league leaders. It's the same thing. We got that diamond break coming up. Maybe. Plus, I'll put and speed flex. Derek, our regulars, Thomas, whoever's, frequently tuning in, that's just tuning in for the first time today. I've been pushing this speed flex all day. You guys know I'm real with you. I try to push the high value things or the things I know you're going to get the biggest bang for your buck. Diamonds and vault, always safe bet. But the speed flex is where it's at right now. While it seems it's a little bit more than a vault and a diamond cost, but let's take a look at that while we're at it. And just so you guys know, you can see the dice roll and the chase is diamonds plus speed flex. But let's take a look at the break page. I'll refresh it. And I forgot where I was going with the last thing I said. Doesn't matter. Good place to start is the minis. Minis. My new guy, BB. What was his name again? His full name. So I call him by his appropriate legal name.
Burney.
Benjamin Burney. Thank you for being here. once again, and I'm going to tell you right now, this is an awesome mini break to get into. I can't say that I've seen too many Calvin Johnson minis since starting working here, but we got Ray Lewis, Warren freaking Moon, Howie Long, Jerome Bettis, The Bus, John Elway, your boy Troy Aikman. I'm assuming that's who you're chasing. Puka Nacua, George Kittle, Curtis Martin, which is also really sick. We don't see him too often. Nonetheless, on a Pats lid. Calvin Johnson, Ricky Williams, Michael Vick as a non-pictured headliner, as well as Anquan Bolden. So Ricky Williams, Mike Vick, and Anquan are not pictured, but they are also additional headliners. So we take advantage of that mini break. Not necessarily a part of the chase, but still some advantage there. 8 spots to go in the quad break for the league leader. But I think we were sitting at 7 spots to go in the double. That would be sick if we could do that. 470 for a spot in the double. You know, you have the opportunity then to potentially get a chance to win it says Petrick, but we all know it's Patrick Mahomes. Emmitt Smith has been pulled. Everything else, for the most part, Emmitt Smith and Justin Jefferson were the only headliners pulled that I'm seeing. We still have Barry Sanders, my man. I'm getting better at doing that each time I try. That's the intro to Lion King, of course. TJ Watt, Calvin Megatron Johnson, Steve Smith Sr., Chris Johnson, Tom Brady on a Bucks lid, Mike Evans, another Bucks lid, but then you got Tom Brady there, an additional. Not often am I here, Rob, where there's one series that has 2 Tom Bradys in it. So they're there. Lawrence Taylor, DeMarcus Ware. So also, BB, that's a sick lid. If you're a Cowboys fan, is it Brandon or Brian? Brian Burney. What was it? Brandon Burney.
Benjamin.
Benjamin Button.
You were going to get there at some point. I shouldn't have gave it away. I should have just let you keep going and be like,
Benjamin,
the letter's right.
Is it Brock? Yeah, I'm running out of being it. Bradley, Brendan, you name it.
Brock Burney is that sounds like, an attorney at law.
It's Brock Purdy's cousin.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy. I'm silly. Randy Moss, Jerry Eats Rice. I cannot remember the last time. I don't think it's never happened where I've been here where Tom Brady ×2, Randy Moss, Jerry Riz Ice, Barry Sanders, and Calvin were all in the same break. And you had the current names like TJ Watt, Patrick Mahomes ×2, if you include that prize giveaway. And of course we had Justin Jefferson there, but he's been pulled. So, you also got LT, DeMarcus Ware, Steve Smith Sr., talk about legendary receivers. This is a hot break. I don't quite understand how this is still there. So, let's get that done. You get your name in the chase wheel spin. Of course, if you do the quad, that's ×4. Your name is entered in the chase wheel. We'll just do one big one, Rob, not 2 separate ones, if that's the case. Double break, you're down to 7 spots in that league leader. Here's the jerseys, our most affordable break on the spread. You got Michael Irvin still there. Ty Law, what a name. Adrian Peterson is still there. Troy Polamalu, Baker Mayfield, and Roger Craig. 1,000 ×2, first guy to do it in both rushing and receiving categories in the same season. There's the league leader single break again. That's 7 spots. I'm going to post a link to our main break page. Feel free to get into any of these that tickle your fancy. That's it right there. Click it or be clicked. I don't know what that means, but use your imagination. Here is another terrific practice squad to get into. We have additional boxes added to this. Not any headliners, but it's a bigger bundle of practice squad boxes, if you will. That includes Dan Marino on that solid, sexy little number, that Dolphins classic look, as well as Max Crosby. This is one of my favorite items in the room. I talked about that in the 9 a.m. show. He's one of my non-Lions favorite players. I wish the Lions would make a move for that guy, local boy. He's a stud. Does a lot for that Ypsilanti and Detroit community. I'm sure he does a lot for Vegas more so, but either way. He does a lot for the Eastern Michigan University. So he's just a cool dude. Cool jersey. Cool name to have in your repertoire. Jamar Chase, Jim Kelly, Miles Garrett. Oh my, I can't believe I'm saying some of these names in this practice squad. That's why this is a place to be, dog. Practice squad, it says we got to update that. Let me count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 headliners remaining out of, I'm going to guess, how many practice squads did you guys pull yesterday, Rob? Do you know? We'd have to count those boxes, but.
Oh, we did a double. I can do a quick inventory check right now, but I know we did a double yesterday, and that was about it.
You got to add the others to the others to the mix, too.
From what I'm seeing is that 1, 2, 3, it looks like we're missing 4. So I think 26 out of 30, but then we have the and more as well.
How much are there? So
there's one that's left from the and more from the old series.
Okay.
And then we have 26 left from the new series that you got.
So 27.
So 27. And then how many headliners did you say?
13. So just about half, give or take.
Not bad numbers.
Not bad. Not bad at all if I don't say so myself. So what do you guys think? I think this high roller is another great break to get into. Some of the other remaining headliners in the high roller, there's only 3 crates left in the high roller. As you know, we have 3 different crates, 3 boxes in each crate. That is a high roller series for a reason. Although we only have 1 headliner in each crate, so 3 different crates, 3 remaining headliners. I'll go over what's left here in a sec. But there's some high roller and mores in there too. So that's why we call it the high roller. That's why it's a little bit more in terms of price. So don't be surprised what's left in those, with hidden gems or and more sections. The remaining headliners, though, are Kurt Warner, Trevor Lawrence, and that Ray Lewis, which we were talking about in the 9 a.m. I said it in the wee hours of Saturday morning. This is my favorite lid in the room with that Baltimore skyline, the Oakley visor. You don't have to be a Baltimore Ravens fan. If you're a football fan in general, maybe you're an ex-linebacker and Ray Lewis was your guy. Well, you got your nod to the Baltimore Ravens on one side. I believe the Ravens were the only organization he played for. There wasn't another. So that's sick that they would put the Baltimore skyline there. If you're a Baltimore Ravens fan, who better than to have with that skyline on their lid? I mean, Ray Lewis is kind of the epitome of your Baltimore organization, right? So Baltimore Ravens organization, that is.
Yeah, no, I mean he's the heart and soul of the Ravens. He was the best player on 2 different Super Bowl winning teams. Not very often, Alex, did you see a decade plus separating one Super Bowl win from the other. Obviously, the 2000 Ravens, widely known as one of the greatest defenses in the modern era, and then the Joe Flacco Super Bowl, as he had a really great postseason run there in 2011. And Ray Lewis was obviously in the middle of all that. And I actually made a comment the other day about when I was displaying that helmet when I was sitting in the hosting chair over there, and I was talking about him. I think I said that he's one of the greatest players of all time. And Bob Boulay, or his Jersey Slime, as he's known in these streets in the UA break room, said that he obviously said Lawrence Taylor, but he made a very good case for Lawrence Taylor, who's obviously in that league leader series as well. So shout out to 2 greats. Yeah.
He almost took another man's leg off that's also in this break room. We know what happened there.
Yeah.
I think it's not too soon, as they say, to bring that up. But God, that guy was an animal, and so is Ray Lewis. I mean, you could put them in the way they played, their motor, very similar, right? Like similar categories of style of play. Here's another great lid, Trevor Lawrence, T-Law. We're waiting for him to make his big break. Am I correct in saying that high roller? Well, we still have one of those pictures up. Don't worry about it right now. I think that Nico Collins was pulled, but that it is still there, the video of it. Kurt Warner. This might be one of my favorite Kurt Warners I've seen in the room. You have the dual graphic of him with that awesome orange, yellow, mirror, red visor. That thing is sick, dude. Definitely a great nod to the Cardinals. Just is that a little like Ram colors popping through? I think so.
Yeah, no, it is.
Wait a second.
Yeah, it's super creative, man.
Wait, hold the phone. Cotton. You have him here on the Rams. You have him here on the Cardinals. You have him here on the Rams. You have him here on the Cardinals. Go back. Oh my goodness. Rams. Cardinals. Rams. Cardinals. Which
Look at
one?
that.
I'm not a Rams fan. I'm not a Cardinals fan. Well, good. You have the
You don't
Rams.
get taught that in training here. That's just natural point and click
That's just
action right there.
That's natural. I don't even know what that's called. That's just me.
You can't scout that kind of talent.
That's why they picked there. Like, this guy, they found me on the street. They said, hey, he looks like he could click.
God-given clicking ability.
Yep.
That's what we all say about you, Alex. But yeah, no, the Kurt Warner, I mean,
And you know what I say? Click, clack.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be hearing a lot of that, obviously, as we continue to go through here. About another hour and a half or so here in the break room. Not even our first 20 plus minutes yet that we have in the break room. So we still got a lot of time left. So that Kurt Warner helmet, though, man, it's one of my personal favorites in the room. The anytime you get a movie made about you, he really was Rudy in real life in a lot of ways. Guy was an underdog, undrafted, 25-year-old rookie, ends up winning a Super Bowl with the greatest show on turf. I made it a Super Bowl again in 2008 with the Cardinals, won an MVP. So, the guy's a legend. So
Absolutely. Right you are, my friend. Right you are. Yeah, this thing is, I don't know. This is maybe one of my favorite helmets in the room now that I keep looking at it. So I like to keep the break page up for you guys while we're chatting, just so you can kind of glance at what we're looking at and where we're at in terms of slots left and what's hot at the moment. So headliners to box ratio, I definitely think that league leader Speedflex is probably your best bet. If you want to get, I try to give you a realistic bang for your buck perspective. This league leader, $235 for a single. Those Speedflex helmets alone are valued way higher than that. So you're talking about $235 for a potential already authenticated custom Speedflex for most of these. And some of these names we don't see here often. Calvin's been a name we've had recently, frequently, but when I started working here in April, May, and going forward, probably it wasn't until about August that we started seeing them more consistently. Some names come and go, right? So take advantage while they're here. Jerry Rice is another one. I don't know, maybe they must have been together at some wide receiver signing. I'm just making that up, but because it did seem like right around the same time Jerry Rice came in, Calvin Johnson came in. But they're here frequently. They're just not as here as often as we always have Mahomes. We always make sure we have Tom Brady's on hand. You notice that. But other names we always have. Emmitt Smith is definitely one of them. B. Sanders, you're going to see him there. TJ Watt, in terms of current stars, current league leaders, if you will, not a guy we see often, right? So take advantage of that. Take advantage of some of these names in the same series. 19 headliners. I've been saying this since Saturday morning, since roughly 2 a.m. Saturday morning. Dom is my producer. I cannot say, I'm just shocked that some of these helmets are here. Maybe it's the fact that we spelled Patrick wrong and have Petrick. I doubt that's what it is. But that is a Patrick Mahomes prize that you could potentially win depending on what you draw in that.
Yep.
So remind me how that works one more time.
Yeah, so with the league leaders overall, brother, we have 5 different categories that we have available. 3 offensive, 2 defensive, passing, receiving, and rushing. And then we have interceptions and sack leaders. So for the league leaders overall, you have 19 photo headliners out of 26 available guys in all of these series. Now, I know you said this earlier. You guys are playing for that Patrick, not Petrick, Mahomes, Swervy and Crystal helmet there. But let's say, for example, if you end up getting the Tom Brady lid, I believe that's his Patriots one, right? Correct. That's the 4,500 yard example that we have for you guys that's available on this live break page in the League Leader Series. Let's say if you end up pulling the Brady, then that means by default, because he's the highest quarterback passing yards leader in that series, then you would have a chance to win that Mahomes. So it's only going to be 5 entries, which is really, really nice to see because that overall, Alex just naturally maximizes your chance of getting that Patrick Mahomes. You just have to have the lucky hand of the draw by getting the correct guy at the top of the leaderboard. But even if you don't end up being a leaderboard getter, you still end up walking away with a potential headliner with a 19 and 26 chance. So, and that's very, very hard to beat in this type of series.
No doubt. No doubt. So 7 spots remaining in that high roller, 4 spots remaining in the game day. That's probably our nearest break. I will put this in the chat for y'all to get into. Get a little dirty in that game day, a little muddy. It is kickoff for Sunday game day for the NFL just about now. It's doing about 30 minutes past kickoff, but you get the gist. So 4 spots to go. And the game day double. There you go. So let's take a look at some of those remaining headliners in the game day still. I mean, hell, 5 remaining headliners in 14 boxes. Just under half of the remaining boxes are headliners. But that includes Scary Terry McLaurin, Jonathan Taylor on that dope Colts custom speed flex. You also have TJ Watt on that custom chrome speed flex, very similar to the one that's in the league leaders. You also have Nico Collins and Jackson Smith and Jigba. Very cool. Get after it, y'all. That's in that game day. 4 spots remaining for a double break. You know, I think we could. I don't even think I know we could do that before this 12 p.m. show ends up or wraps up. We just kicked it off. We're 28 minutes in. 5 spots to go in the jerseys. That could happen soon too. I'll put that in the chat. A link to that bad boy. If it works. Come on, internet. There we go. We have not done a jersey break today, so could do the first one here soon. 5 spots to go in the jerseys.
Yeah, that's we're looking to get some movement all across the board here, guys. So you guys let us know in the chat wherever you're tuning in from on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Planet Mars, wherever you guys might be watching the two-way break room from, and how you're spending your Sunday afternoon. Like Alex just said, we're about a half an hour into the first slate of kickoffs into week 3. I'm glad you guys are. Hopefully you have a much better attention span than Alex and I do, being able to multitask, paying attention to some Sunday football and tuning into us as well. But yeah, just let us know in the chat which room you want us to specifically go into these breaks, because we're pretty wide open across the board right now.
Yeah, man. Wide open. Like J-Mo was against the Bears last weekend, because I was there to witness it. But God, that guy's fast. As fast as the Dickens.
Yeah, your seats were. I know you were close by one of the end zones, right? You were kind of like on an angle from one of the end zones.
Yeah, I'll show you. Dude, I had a really good image of St. Brown. I'll pull it up and show you guys on camera too. Him walking up. It's a good showing of how close we were. Like row 14.
That quality.
Yeah, dude, it was. Let me take this off the randomizer. There we go. You can see that bad boy walking up. He's a normal in terms of height. He's kind of your average size guy, and that's me saying it, who's under 6 foot. But he's probably just about 6 foot. You see, everyone's got their baby for the Lion King thing, but that's how close we were. Row 14, I can't remember exactly which corner we were in, but definitely one of those corners of the end zone. That first drive of the game, the Lions were coming right at us. It was sick, man. It was a sick game to be at. I was also at a Lions game in Detroit last year against the Bills. The Lions ended up losing, but it was a shootout against the Bills. I think the score was 52-48 or so it ended up being, but yeah, that's a game you want to be at, bro. That was like high powered. I had a really good, there was a really good showing too of how great the Bills were last season in particular, but even this season right now too, dude, they're solid. Josh Allen is just something fierce. Montgomery said last year when JMO was blocking for him that he was going full speed and JMO was jogging. Yeah, that's JMO is fast, dude. He might be the fastest dude in the NFL. I'd like to line him and Tyreek Hill up against each other and see who's faster.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a lot of those. Xavier Worthy, the second year great with the Kansas City Chiefs. He's up there as well. But yeah, I mean, even for someone like myself, man, when I was actually had some forms of athleticism, I thought that I had decent speed. When I was an athlete, but man, football players, soccer players, they're a different breed, man. If you just look at some of like the leg profiles of some of these guys and how they're built, it's pretty ridiculous when you think about it. So
no doubt, man. Somebody just mentioned Heels 2022. What is do you have an order number for that? Because then we can tell you specifically, but I can tell you definitely which helmets are left when we find out which series you're in. So let us know what order number you have for that particular order, or you can give us your name too, but order number would be best. And then we'll double check. But we have quite a few. Or if you remember like just give us the order number. That'd be best.
Yeah, that's always the easiest way to do it.
Yep. But we'll definitely be here. He's got the order number there. She or he or she. So what is up, folks? Any bold? We're not necessarily doing any game predictions at the moment. We've already met that 12 p.m. kickoff. We'll see when Steven gets here for the 3 p.m. But for now, man, any just random bold predictions you have for today? I think two of my boldest will be that the Rams beat the Eagles and that the Bears beat the Cowboys. Could be wrong, could be way off. You all know when I was hosting the last NFL Sunday and had my predictions, it was the same day the Lions got mollywopped by the Green Bay Packers. So I had a very, very bold prediction that day, and that did not pan out for me. But as of today, Rams over the Eagles and Bears over the Cowboys. I've been saying the Bears are going to win the last 3 weeks now. And Heels is a he. I apologize. I was just making sure, man. You never know.
Let's see. Just want to make sure. 263594. Yeah. So it's Curtis. So yeah, Curtis, you are currently in the double box break for the game day series.
There you go, Curtis.
So that's actually one of our closest series that we have to breaking. So we still have 4 spots left in that series. $230 a spot. To get you into that game day, which certainly has a lot of good options for that's available for you guys. We have 5 photoed headliners, 14 boxes that are left available. I talked about it to kick off our 9 a.m. Show, Alex, but that TJ Watt and Jonathan Taylor, 2 guys who are in action right now, 2 guys you guys could be watching at home. They're available in that series for those speed flexes, and the fact that it is a double box break means that both of them could come out at the same time.
Yep.
So the only way that we can get that to happen is to help. Let's help Curtis out, guys, in the chat and get some movement, because I know one thing that you and I are both taught here in the break room, Alex. You obviously having much more experience than me, so you see it all the time. But as soon as you get down to the number 3 in a certain series, it's going to end up breaking sooner rather than later.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So I 100% agree. So Lions fan says, unfortunately, I think the Cowboys win today. Unfortunately, don't say that. At least they, Derek, they're not playing the Lions, so we can kind of root for the Bears today. So I've been talking mad smack about Caleb Williams and how good he is. So I'm rooting for the Bears all year, because otherwise I'm going to look like Ricky and the Panthers. But someone just asked about the jerseys too. No worries, Jared. I'll go over those again, man. Let me take a look-see. $29, definitely our most affordable series. And guys, in the chat, if you ever need me to go through, don't ever hesitate to ask. Like, I'm sure any host here would appreciate you guys asking what headliners to go over again, because that gives us something from the big break page to talk about. Yep. So don't ever hesitate to ask that, man. Ty Law, or worry that you're asking it too much, because, it is what it is. That's our job, dude. Ty Law on that jersey is super cool. I think that's probably one of my other favorite items in the room. Most affordable items in the room, too. I was here. One of the last things we pulled Saturday morning for the After Dark was the Mike Ditka jersey. This is a really cool jersey series. Adrian Peterson, Troy Polamalu, Baker Mayfield, and Roger Craig. Roger Craig's not pictured, but he's in there as a headliner. But Baker, though, come on. And Troy, Adrian Peterson, that's another name I have not seen too frequently, in addition to Ty Law. So this is a really cool, a very cool jersey break. Cool, there's probably better words for cool. Nifty. I've been saying wicked too much. Steven accused me of being a Harry Potter fan after saying that, which I'm not. No offense to those out there that are, because I know them. I know those potteries, those muggles, I think is what they call them.
Muggles,
that's an anti-Potter, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not exactly.
So do you just call them Potters?
My Harry, look at that, Harry Pottery. I almost said my Harry
Harry
Potter.
What?
My Harry Potter vernacular.
It's not the After Dark, Rob.
It's not caught up to date. So more of a Star Wars guy myself.
I'd agree with that. I'm more of a we're talking fantasy, Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings is great. I just
never read a page of. In middle school, I carried around The Hobbit just to look cool. Didn't read a lick of it. Could barely pronounce what Gandalf. I didn't know how to say that. But I could hear it in the movie. Here's the single in the game days also closed too. 6 spots in the vault too, man. What's left in the vault? We have Kurt Warner on a speedy on that Arizona Cardinals speed flex. We got him a couple times on the Arizona Cardinals speed flexes. One on that ripped the Rams and Cardinals speed flex. That's cool. What else we got up in that mug? Eddie George on the non-pictured headliners as well. Would like to see what that helmet looks like. Eddie George is a ridiculous running back coming out of Ohio State, going to the NFL. Pretty sure we got him somewhere else here. Let's take a look on an Oilers lid. Yep, in the red zone double. Oh, this is a practice squad. Here he is on that speed flex. Spaceballs too. Well, there you go. That'll be cool. That'd be a cool drop. I think they're coming out with a Super Troopers 2. Right? Did you see that?
I did see that, yeah. That's you talk about a cult classic.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Right, meow. So what else do we have? Barry Sand, come on, the speed. I'm gonna just leave this up the whole time. I don't even care till somebody freaking buys until we buy out a break. Like, you guys, Tom Brady's here. I'm gonna put this in the chat. 2 Tom Brady's.
You know,
Derek, call the boys. Call the biggins, the Chandlers, the Marisas, I didn't even know who, the Bobbies, the Bobs.
Yeah, the Insalacos.
What happened to Gamblin' Hamblin, man? I haven't seen that guy in a while.
He's in a series right now.
Is he?
Yeah, I just
Charles.
What I was going through.
Charles, did you go to Riot Fest, dude?
Nelly Belly. What's going on? Yeah. Oh no, I got Jason Harmon. My mistake. But I saw Hamlin just won a break yesterday or the day before.
Charles, we do have 2 Bradys left in the Speed Flex series, man. They're there.
Melanie wants that game day double.
Melanie does. Let's go. Melanie. Is Melanie a new customer? She been around?
Recently, yeah.
Okay.
Recently, she's a newer customer. Yes.
Melanie, I've over the summer I was here a lot, but back to my regular job more so. So I'm only really here on the weekends, but nice to have you part of one of my shows. And Rob's, of course. Of course. But yeah, I mean, if folks at home, I wouldn't mess around with much else. Maybe the minis, because those are brand new. Maybe the practice squad. Maybe. But if I were you and I were dabbling in some of these Ultimate Autographs live breaks, I'd be right here. Waiting for 3 days now. I'm sorry, kiddo. Well, sometimes, God, who was it? It might have been Chris Leone. God, who's something Flores, maybe. I can't remember. Maybe it was Neiman, Aaron Neiman. I can't remember. One of our regulars. They were waiting for a nightlight to drop for nearly a month, Melanie. And that's only a Friday night that I was a part of until this coming Friday will be my last one. But I was a part of that for the last several months. Nightlight's exclusive to the Friday night, early Saturday morning show. Dude, this guy was waiting for a month. Every show we had with him, he'd be in the chat like, hey, get in that double break. Get in that. Or he was in the quad. That's what it was a quad.
Yeah, I mean, the quads.
So sometimes you got to wait, Melanie. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, unfortunately.
Nice to meet you too, Melanie.
No, unfortunately, the quads, when we have, certain quad situations, a lot of people, I feel like, kind of get a little skittish about the overall price of the quad box. But, the reason why it is that way is because of the overall value that you can possess. So you obviously get 4 boxes that open during that break, hence it being called a quad box break. But let's say you have a certain series like the League Leaders series, right? If you end up getting into something like that, an opportunity to get an abundance of speed flexes that has 19 total headliners. So, you can end up doubling up. You can end up even tripling up. I don't know if you've ever seen somebody win all 4 in a break for a quad, but, that's definitely a realistic possibility that can happen for you. You just got to get in there to play.
Yeah, Adam, I'll put what's left in the practice squad for you. It's pretty much brand new. But Melanie, you would be able to switch breaks if you were switching from like a single to a double, and in the same series, that's the one time that you can switch. Especially if we haven't made any movement in a quad, for instance, and people are moving on a double. We'll switch you over to a double and carry over the other quad price, or what would be half of that quad price to the next double. But for right now, because this is a specialty series, there would be no advantage from switching to the game. She's in the game day double, right? Yep.
Yes.
Switching from that to, let me see where we're at. The single's at 6. So, I mean, we could, if we got the single down to, let's say 2 spots, then we could definitely take your double spot and move it to a single to close that bad boy out. But right now, there's really no advantage for you to move unless other people start to move on that single, if that makes sense. So, Rob, if we get to that point, I'll help you out with that. But there's really no advantage. I'm not trying to steer you in the wrong direction either, Melanie. I'm just being real with you. So, and only doing what management and everybody else has trained us to do. So, you won't be waiting a month either. I didn't mean to make it seem like that. I just wanted you to understand that there are some customers that wait a long time for things to break, and it could be later today. The 6 p.m. show, I would say, is a really good guesstimate. If we don't do it between now and the 3 p.m., the 6 p.m. tonight things will be moving more at a faster pace.
Yeah, Alex, I would say so. Sorry to cut you off there, man. No, I was just going to say really quick that a lot of the times, if you want to be able to close that gap, now is the perfect time to close the gap, because we haven't had a ton of action going on this morning and this afternoon. So if you want to be able to set yourself for a situation to have a break close as soon as possible, even get yourself into one potential break spot and somebody can see that movement and being like, well, I was kind of 50-50 on getting in there, but sometimes all people need to see is one person to be able to hop in, and then they take advantage of it, and then the ball just starts rolling from there.
No doubt. Yeah, Charles, man, I'm sorry. Next Friday will be my last midnight show, at least temporarily. That was upon my own request. I'm going to grad school right now. I work another full-time job. I got 2 little ones myself, and Saturdays happen to be our sporting days, gymnastics and whatnot. So. Yeah. That nightlight show is getting just too difficult to do. Everything with the lack of sleep that nightlight show requires. So for the meantime, I'm take a little break from that, but I'll still be here all day Sundays. I'll be your Sunday guy. This is my alt. I don't want to say altar. That's probably not the appropriate term, but this is my. I don't want to say church either, because that's sacrilegious, but. You know what I'm trying to say. This is where I come for worship.
Yeah, this is your
my place of worship.
Your passion and pride job here. No, I'm right there. I'm right there with you, man. So literally every Sunday I'll be right here with you. Are you going to be going forward? Is it still going to be the 9, 12, and 3 for you on Sundays?
Yeah, man. Or? And Charles, everybody else, you too, Rob. Don't be surprised if You see me on random shows throughout the week. That's the one cool part about me living close, having the evenings, because I can kind of sub for guys that need time off and stuff. But another advantage too to me, kind of switching away from the After Dark, was it seemed like Saturdays guys needed a little bit more adjustment with that. And it's really difficult to do the After Dark and fill in for guys on Saturdays. So I'll be a little bit more available to be here on Saturdays too. So best of both worlds. But yeah, Robbie will be here, man. Robbie is that's his show. It felt weird not doing the After Dark this week without him. We did have the lights. I was joking that he took them with him, but we had them. And pre-show, I was like, Dom, you want to set up the lights? He was like, no, man. And I was like, yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, that's Robbie's thing. We'll leave that for Robbie, you know?
Yeah.
Can't take his call sign. But that was a cool show. It was a fun show to do. Fun to do with Dom, too.
No, Dom's that's the thing I've noticed about, being here, even though for a short amount of time with everybody. Definitely a ton of characters, man. There's definitely a ton of characters here at UA. Makes things that much more enjoyable, and we have to be, right?
Yep.
And that's the thing for you guys that tune in, because you listed out the obligations that you have. We all have different life schedules and things that we have to prioritize, but maybe it's not all the time. Maybe some people's peak hours during the day are during the midnight show that Robbie hosts, or that you and Dom will do from time to time, or maybe it's on Sunday mornings and afternoons, like what you guys are available now. Sunday is probably the most popular day that people have off. So whenever you have an opportunity to tune in, we have so many different, characters.
Fun guys.
A lot of great guys.
I will say too, collectively, this is I feel like an outsider because the amount of sports knowledge that is here in this facility is ridiculous, right?
Easily. Yeah.
I'm not comparing us to ESPN, but I'm not comparing us to ESPN because there's some information that I feel like, especially from like guys like Dom, Common, even like some of the info they have, Ricky, regardless of the Panthers thing, Ricky's full of a lot of information. Robbie surprises me all the time with some of the facts that he knows. So Rip is like a freaking encyclopedia. Not to mention you got people like Bob Boulay who come into the chat that provide those facts that maybe we didn't necessarily have, like those vintage old school facts. I learn new things here about sports every day, and I thought that I knew a lot about sports in general coming into the show. So not only you have the opportunity to buy irreplaceable memorabilia, you have the opportunity to just receive a plethora of sports knowledge too. So this is the place to be, and I can't help but say, or continue to remind you guys, share this page with your buds. If you have friends that need memorabilia or in search of certain teams, we represent all 32 teams in the NFL. Hell, we have college lids here, which is probably a good transition to show you guys the buy mystery box section. Because when we talk about the headliners remaining in this college authentic series, or this college replica series, minus Tyreek Hill and minus, what's the other one that we pulled from the college reps? I think that's the only one, the Tyreek Hill. Everything else is available here that you see. The college reps, or the reps in general, are really easy to display. They're lighter. I think they're a little bit easier to maneuver. And yes, they're not your authentic lid, but when you're hanging them on a wall, you guys ain't wearing this for your pickup game on Sunday, or for your Thanksgiving game with your family. You gonna put a Speed Flex on? I don't think so. So get the memorabilia that's easy to display, that still has those athlete signatures on it. So do it. This college rep series, while on the mystery box page, these prices are a little bit more than the live break. It's because you are guaranteed a win. So in the college series, look at some of these names you have. Dwight Freeney out of Syracuse, Vince Young, which is another name you don't see here often, on a Longhorns lid. Drake London on his alma mater. Warren Moon on the Washington. How often? That W is for Warren. No, it's not. It's for Washington. AJ Green, Colston Loveland, the next up-and-coming tight end in the league, besides Tyler Warren. LaShawn McCoy, Tim Brown on a Notre Dame lid, Mike Vick on his VT, Johnny Manziel on that sick ATM, Texas A&M Flash, got so many words going through my head, Joe Theismann, I said to Rob previous show, this is my favorite Notre Dame look. Thurman Thomas on the Oklahoma State lid, Hines Ward on that Oklahoma State lid, and Jamal Charles. Hines Ward went from ketchup to mustard. Think about it.
Nah, you got some, even throwback college grades, like you were talking about Vince Young, played in one of the best bowl games ever for Texas in, I think, 2005. A lot of these guys in their college performances are still talked about decades later. Guys like Johnny Manziel, who made a huge name for himself, obviously, and Dwight Freeney, just some nice, fun throwback players that kind of gets lost in NFL discourse nowadays because obviously there's always hot and new names that come in and out of the league all the time. But it's kind of cool to have something that's relatable to your college days because not everybody is for the pros. Not everybody is fully into the NFL week in and week out like I think that they should be. But maybe some people just like paying attention to their alma mater more. If you went to Texas, why would you not want to look after a Jamal Charles or a Vince Young? Or if you got a buddy that went to Jamal Charles went to Texas.
Oh, Jamal Charles, it's a great school.
Yeah, very good school. Jamal Charles University, JCU.
It's Ivy League.
But yeah, or for example, what I am starting to tell some people about Ultimate Autographs, Alex, is that you can never get started too soon on your Christmas shopping. So if you ever want to get or a birthday gift, like the month of September, as a matter of fact, you know that the month of September actually has the most common birthdays in the world.
I heard September's also buy your relative a piece of memorabilia month too.
Yeah.
It is. It's a national holiday.
Yeah, it's for all 30 days out of September too.
Yep, in honor of Ultimate Autographs. They're passing that through legislation. So Adam says he will. Yes, Adam. I'll tell you what, Adam, if you buy a spot in the single, once after you do so, Rob will switch over Melanie's spot to 2 singles. So Rob, what we would do is just move her spot from the double to 2 single spots, just copy and paste it 2 times, but then take her off the double, and then we'll update the double to 5 spots then. But we got to wait for Big Adam to get a spot in the single first.
Okay.
I don't mean to use this phrase, but it comes to mind, Adam. You got to put your money where your mouth is. And I don't mean that disrespectfully.
No.
Because he knows what's up.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a lot of our regulars do, or a lot of people that have participated in breaks before. The one thing that I will say that stands out about Ultimate Autographs compared to other break situations and is just the community that we have, the regulars that we have, and also the opportunity for you guys to accrue rewards points. We have a really good rewards program here at Ultimate Autographs. You also get rewarded for referrals as well.
Yep.
So there's just a lot of different ways. If you participate in breaks, even if you're just trying to dip your toes into the water for the first time in here,
yep.
You still have an opportunity to get rewarded for that. So
that's
we
right,
have
man.
A lot of different series that offer some promotions. So
that's right. And to Melanie, if you would have to just confirm for us in the chat when the time comes that was okay, since you were the buyer. But it sounded like that's what you wanted to happen anyways. Charles, I thought of this during the show the other night, but those midnight shows, bro, you become like delirious at a certain point. I could just get your email address from our Shopify so you don't have to put it on blast in the chat so other people don't blow you up and you don't get like AI spam and stuff like that. But I will get yours from the Shopify as long as you use that email and we can connect, man. I'll connect you with my uncle's people or my uncle in general so Charles wants to go to a Lions game, so figure we could figure out how to get him. You could get some tickets.
Now would be a very good time to go see your boys.
But now it's like it's kind of hard, dude, because everybody wants to go see them, you know. And even when I was growing up, Silverdome too. Like I did not see a Lions game live growing up, bro. It was really hard to get tickets, especially when Barry was playing. Man, like, can you imagine? But then when they moved to Ford Field, everybody wanted to see Ford Field. So even though they were kind of poopy, people still wanted to see them or go to the field, right? Go to the facility. Yeah. Ford Field is really nice. It's over 20 years old now, I think, but it's still It's still really nice, I think.
Yeah, no, I've never been. I've been to Detroit or through the Detroit downtown area once or twice before. I've been to Comerica Park.
Comerica's nice too, man.
Comerica is excellent. I actually, a buddy of mine with my previous job. So prior to this, I was doing sports broadcasting for 5 years, and for 4 out of those 5, I was the voice of a collegiate summer league team in this league called the Northwoods League, and he was a broadcaster of a rival team, and stayed through the industry, started to rise up, stayed very connected. His name's Zach Linfield. Shout out to my boy Z up in Detroit.
What up, Zach?
He's actually the public address announcer now for the Detroit Tigers. So he's the PA guy for the Tigers. So shout out to Zach, and he also does. I'm trying to remember. I don't know if it's Central Michigan, but he does like a lot of Central Michigan athletics.
Is it Eastern?
I think it's Central.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well,
Eastern's the Chippewas, right?
No, Central's the Chippewas.
Central, all that's you're right.
Fire up, Chips. Eastern's the Eagles, they were once the Hurons, but they had to change their name. This was like actually before the whole changing the name. They're the Hurons for the Huron Indians, right? Because it's all Huron Indian territory. But or was. So yeah, that would be cool. I would say Eastern's probably the closest MAC school to Detroit, but you still have like Wayne State, which is a D2 school down there. University of Detroit itself is big for basketball. They might even be D1 for basketball. So U of D. Shout out to Zach though, Tigers affiliate.
Yeah, I mean, postseason coming up right around the corner. So I know
That's right, Charles. You were at the Tigers game. You forgot that. Go ahead. Sorry.
Was?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah
Tigers Braves game. They got blown out, bro. Tigers did. I heard that on my way. Did they? Yeah. Or was that Friday night's game?
10-1, I think, on
Friday night.
Yeah. So, and then they, it's been tough sledding for the Tigers, but that's the thing. Once the postseason rolls around, you're 0-0 with everybody else again. So.
I haven't paid much attention to their lineup, but I do wonder if they're saving some of their typical starters for the postseason. But that's not doing you any favors at the moment.
Yeah, it's just been cold bats. I mean, a lot of the guys in the first half are named All-Stars, like Javi Baez, Riley Green. Guys that they were really relying on, Kerry Carpenter, Cole Keith. A lot of those guys, they've gone ice cold at the same time, and then they're starting pitching outside of Skubal. There really hasn't been a lot of reliable arms, especially in the back end of the bullpen, too. So it's kind of everything has gone down. I think like August 20th, they had like a 15-game lead over Cleveland, and entering today, they're down to a game. So it's been, they're looking at the wrong side of history, but if they could just punch their ticket in, that's all you need, man. That's all you need in sports.
That's scary.
Punch your ticket in. Oh, it's terrible.
I didn't know it was down to a game.
Yeah, I mean, I remember. So you and I, we're gonna have a mutual disdain for the then Cleveland Indians, but now the Cleveland Guardians. So my White Sox in 2005 when we won the World Series, we won wire to wire. We're one of the few teams in baseball history that started off the season in first place and finished in last place at the end of the year, but we had a 15-game lead at around the same time that you guys are currently going through at the end of August. And Cleveland brought it down to like a game and a half. But it's not because we were playing like 500 baseball.
Yeah.
But dude, they went like, I think it was something crazy. They're like 40-12 over like a 5-6 week period. Like they just wouldn't lose, So just one of those hot streaks. And, the Sox wrote it out. And the rest is history there. So, but I'm excited. I'm excited for postseason baseball to kick up in October. I'm excited for basketball to get back at the same time, and we'll be right in the middle of football season too. So, yeah.
I know, man. It's crazy. Dude, yeah, the Tigers, they're known to kind of, I hate to say this, but disappointed this time. Time of the year, man. We know 06 series, believe they got swept by the Cardinals. Who did they lose to in their most recent 2000? Was that 15?
2012. They lost.
2012.
They got swept by the Giants in 2012.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Charles, did you do any sliding on your belly while you were at the game, man? Did you slip? Was it rainy? It was rainy here.
Shout out to Curtis Gardner. Curtis putting in some work. Bought 2 spots in the vault.
Oh.
For a double box break in the vault. So nice thing.
Curtis.
Nice thing about the vault for the double box break. So the and more section for that is pretty bountiful. So you'd have 6 and mores, or as I like to call them, hidden gems. But we also have 2 headliners, the Kurt Warner Cardinal Speed Flex and the Eddie George and the secondary headliners. But then you got the vault keys as well. So if you don't end up getting a headliner, you could also end up getting yourself those break spots back with some UA credits. So we have $300, $100, and $50 store credit cards available in those vault keys. So 4 to go in those.
No, it was sunny yesterday. Well, that's good, Charles. I'm glad, man. We don't need you spilling the beans out there anymore, bro. We need you here. I don't know why this, there, it's gone now. Cool. There we go. It's because it's showing our main page feed there. The vault, though, let me refresh. That's sick that somebody just got into that vault double. It's not a bad time to take a look at what's left there, including Eddie George. And, yeah, 6 spots now. Eddie George and Kurt Warner. I almost said Jerry Rice. Kurt Warner and Eddie George. Not a bad mix of players to get in on that vault, though. 2 headliners and 8 boxes, so not a bad get up there. And if we got that whole, you know what happens? You clear out a series. The series that are close to being done are Diamonds and Vault. You get those cleared out, we get a brand new Diamonds and Vault drop for next series or next show. Steven will be here for the 3 p.m. so he can help us get that bad boy drop pre-show. But we got to close it out. And at the moment, we're an hour in, and you guys are struggling to make any sort of move at the moment. So remember, Diamonds and Speedflex get your name in the chase wheel. Speedflex is the hot break at the moment. But like I said, man, Vault seems like it's making some moves. Then we'll get a new one in the room once we get Kurt Warner and Eddie George pulled.
Yep. So just want to make sure, because I know you were talking about Melanie changing hers from being in the double to the 2 spots in the single. Just to give a heads up to you and to Melanie as well, Tracy. Tracy just bought a spot in the game day doubles.
So then, Melanie, if I were you, I would just wait. I know that's hard. You could get 2 spots in the single, sure. That's a one box break. Heck, you could stick with that spot in the double and win 2 boxes potentially. So just stay. Tracy's getting in. Now we're getting down. You said 3 spots we're down to now?
We're down to 3 spots. Yep.
We're down to 3 spots, so that means at any moment that's going to close.
Yep. So with the game day there, Melanie, just to give you a little bit more of a heads up on that. So you can see that pulled up on the screen for you there. In the game day series overall, we have the Jonathan Taylor and the TJ Watt. So with both of those being on the Speed Flex, you can end up possibly getting both of those. You know, in a perfect world, I always like to look at the glass being half full instead of it being half empty. You have 14 total boxes in this game day series that are left, 5 of them being photoed headliners. Now, what that essentially means with the Speed Flexes for either Jonathan Taylor or TJ Watt, just because they are custom Speed Flexes, those usually go to about $1,500 to $2,000. Some even start at $2,000 depending on who you're selling it to. If you find the right Colts fan, or if you find the right Steelers fan in your life, you'd be able to sell it for probably more than it would normally go for. Heel. So which one is it to get into the chase? So the chase wheel spin, very good question, that we have going on for today is right here. That's going to be the diamonds and the Speed Flex. So in this situation, Alex was kind enough for you guys to have the diamonds and the Speed Flex series be a part of the chase wheel spin. So get yourself bought into those. In the diamond series, just so you know what to get into, so you guys know if you're close enough to getting into a break. We still need to see a good amount of movement in that. The closest we have right now is the doubles in the diamond series. That's for Gabe Segura. Still 8 spots available in the diamond single. And then we also have the quads as well with 8 spots available in that.
So here's the diamond heels that you were asking about. I think that was Curtis. So Curtis, the diamonds that the headliners that are left there are Marshall Falk and John Elway in terms of what's pictured. So this awesome Chrome Speed Flex there, and the Marshall Falk too. 2 legendary names as well. But in terms of other boxes that aren't pictured, you never know what's lying in there. We represent all 32 teams. We do have these things called hidden gems that aren't necessarily pictured headliners or secondary headliners, but they're there. you're in 2, Curtis. I think you just got in 1, the vault. I think your concern is very similar to Melanie's at the moment. You kind of just have to wait it out sometimes. Old vets that are in the in the chat, let them know. Sometimes you got to just wait it out. If you just made your purchase within the last day or 2, even 3 days, as Melanie said, if it's a multi-box break, sometimes you do have to wait because you were brave enough to make the purchase, and we're just waiting for some of those other brave veterans and things like that. Now, once people see, like, Melanie's in luck because she's down to 3 spots in her break. Once veterans that haven't necessarily tuned in yet today pop into the break page and they see it's down to 3 spots, it's going to close out in no time. So I know it may seem like you're waiting and they're not moving, quote unquote, but they will. They will, dude. I promise. So I'm often surprised, when I leave here one day and come back the next, things that I thought were still going to be available, entire series will close out. So don't be surprised if that happens, especially the diamonds in the vault. Once people see that there's if we do this, your vault double, let's say, if we do that and we don't pull either one of those headliners, that's going to leave us with 1, 2, so we'll have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 boxes left at that point. People are going to see that and realize, hey, there's 2 headliners left in 9 boxes, and they're going to make that move. So do not fret. It will happen. It will happen, my dear. Same with, what else was it? The game day double. Let's take a look at that too. Oh, down to 3 spots. Game day double. That is about $230 for a double spot. Closest spot to break. I'll put a link for that too, so we can help Melanie get that bad boy closed out. So Curtis, let me know, man, if you're anything else you're kind of wondering about or concerned with. I can help ease your mind. But I promise you, bro, you'll be well taken care of. This is a great community. If you're new and if you won something, maybe it's a player or a team, you're like, I don't know about it. This is a great community for trades. So we don't necessarily, depending on the situation, if it's in the same break, same series, we can, kind of organize the trade for you, facilitate it for you. But, the community itself is totally able to ship and trade and things of that nature. Oh, so yeah, yesterday was your first day and you won a jersey. Well, there you go, man. That's what we call a break room fairy tale right there. Somebody, Marisa, she's an old vet, but she came in the other day for a high roller. This was sick. Got 1 spot, freaking won a diamond Tom Brady. So Marisa, if you're listening, what up? Shout out to Marisa. Sniped that. That's what we call a snipe. I want some Tar Heel stuff. Well, the college transfer portal could have a Tar Heel or 2 lying around, but that's a mystery box, so you would end up buying, you'd be paying a little bit more for that. So at the moment, we unfortunately don't have any Tar Heels lying around. Mr. All-American Alex. You know what, man? Nathan, I'm not really a Michigan fan. I'm a Michigan State fan. My dad was, so I grew up 5 minutes from Ann Arbor. It's blasphemous for me to say that I'm a Michigan State fan, but I am. So go green, go white. Michigan's will continue to be ranked in the top 5, even with 8 losses. So that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Boosters, man. Influence. So here, I'm going to post that. 3 spots to go. I forgot the word go. Probably should put that. To go in the game day double. Close it for Melanie. All-American Alex. They're calling me the bald bandit around here, Nathan. That's really what they call me. Mr. Clean. Second coming. If they ever have like a Mr. Clean contest to see the next Mr. Clean, I might run for that yacht. I'm just saying. I might be in the running for that.
Mr. Clean.
Yep. Sir Clean. That's what he is in Britain. Sir Clean. He leaves your kitchen and bathroom spick and span.
Getting knighted for your cleanliness.
I dub thee Sir Clean. Gotta tell you, I only troll the people I like. No, Nathan, bro, I like you too, man. Your video, I gotta be honest, I was dying when you the string. I told Common, like, we gotta vote for this dude with the video. We gotta vote for this dude just because of the whole string thing. I was dying. Did you see his video?
I did not. No, you're talking about Westy's video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one folds a towel better than you. You got that right, brother. Nobody folds a jersey worse than me either. In fact, Rob, if you haven't learned by now, you haven't really co-hosted with me, but usually my co-host is responsible for folding the jerseys because I can't do it.
Really?
Dude, I can. If it's like a single number, okay, but when you start getting multiple numbers on there and larger names, it's very difficult. And I'd rather have the pros do it over there than me send it home all creased up. So Nathan, man, thanks for the love. I know you only troll the people that you enjoy, so. You missed it, Nathan. I don't know if you tuned in, but your boy Dom was here with me for the midnight show on Friday. That was a lot of fun. He and I had a blast. It was kind of, I don't want to say it was slow. It was kind of consistent, but he and I had a good back and forth. He's just a funny dude. Funny dude. Rob here, just as good of a co-host. It's great to be here on game day too, man. So
yeah, no, just taking in some of the scores, taking in some of the knowledge in the chat, just taking in all of the beauty of being in the break room today. But yeah, just give you guys a quick scoreboard update since you guys obviously need to keep your eyeballs glued to the break room. Divert your NFL scoreboard attention over here. So we kind of have a surprising low score first half out at Paul Brown Stadium. I know it's not called Paul Brown Stadium anymore, I don't think, out in Cleveland, Ohio. But Packers are just up 3-0 as that first half is coming to an end. And Cleveland is getting into a field goal range, so we might have a Green Bay and Cleveland tied first half. The culture driving again. In Tennessee is clearly starting to look like they're going to be competing once again for a first overall pick this year. It's been pretty tough for Cam Ward so far and company in their first year together in Tennessee. Minnesota up 17-3 against the Bengals. The Carson Wentz versus Jake Browning game, something that we all expected to say come week 3. The Steelers and Patriots. New England just got into the red zone. They're trailing by a touchdown at 14-7. DK Metcalf with touchdowns in back-to-back weeks for Pittsburgh. As Drake May and company are charging down the field. Here is something that Alex called if you guys tuned in to the 9 a.m. show, and you also talked about this at the top of the 12 o'clock show. The Rams are showing their NFC dominance early on here. They're up 16-7.
all my picks are looking not the Bengals and Minnesota Vikings though. Holy smokes.
Yeah, they so Cincinnati just put up 3 actually. There was a pick 6 earlier from Browning that got Minnesota on the scoreboard, but still a lot of time in that game. But they definitely need to get some stops defensively there to get back in that one.
And the Panthers up 10-0 on the Falcons.
Yep, another shock.
So far I'm not too far off. I got, Buccaneers are in the lead. I picked them. Commanders, I picked them. They just scored a touchdown. Falcons are somebody I picked, but they're down. Still a lot of time left. Green Bay up 3-0. That's actually surprising. Going into halftime almost.
Yeah, I'm keeping it.
And Browns are looking at a 4th and long at the moment. It looks like.
So that player, and of course a 60-yard touchdown run for Jeremy McNichols. Of course, so the backup Washington Commanders running back ends up breaking one loose for 60 just now.
Of course, it's not your boy you mentioned.
Yeah, it's not Ja'Cory Krosky, married my number 2 running back in my fantasy lineup.
Or Chris Rodriguez too.
And Rodriguez. I mean, it seems like it's going to be a committee there in Washington. So Rodriguez.
This makes me excited about fantasy at the moment because, this is what's weird about fantasy too, and why you always have to have sleeper picks in mind. Like I would say have a dozen to 20 sleeper picks, just like who is nobody else going to be after that I can pick up that's going to be like the one year the Lions had all those really like Gibbs and Laporta came out of the draft. They also had like Campbell and Brian Branch too, but you're not going to use them for fantasy.
Yeah.
But I got Gibbs and Laporta because I'm like, hey, they're gonna use them for some reason, right? Dude, that was their best, probably one of the best moves I've made in fantasy yet. And I think everybody was like, oh, he's just a Lions fan. Well, no, I knew as rookies they were going to be utilized, right? Same thing with Travis Hunter. I took him a couple of my leagues this year. Chances are, at some point in the season, you're going to see him used a little bit. He's going to get comfortable. He's going to be used a little bit more heavy. Look for him to get more looks. So, same thing with Isaac Tesla. That was my pick for the Ultimate Autographs team.
Yeah.
Two catches so far. He's only used one hand for each one of them. 2 catches, and he's a total of 2 hands. Right. So
I remember that was I think that was my first
touchdown.
That was my first day, man, for training. That was also the same day we had our Ultimate Autographs fantasy football draft where we play against you, the customers.
Yep.
In a 12-man Yahoo league. So no, it's a good call, man. I mean, you're definitely a good evaluator of talent. You've been able to see some great evaluation of talent with the Lions the last couple of years. So as I'm watching this, oh my goodness, this McNichols run. Just watching this right now on the replay, this is just crazy. I mean, he got stuffed about 5 yards into the run, and then he somehow managed to just scramble out of there. So,
oh man. Yep. What can you do?
Yeah, looks like the Patriots are going to put up a score before the end of the half, and just like that, the Buccaneers, who actually started off down 3-0 at the end of the first quarter. Against the New York Jets at home, looks like they're in prime position to now go up possibly 16-6.
Okay.
So the Bucs, who I made a part of my picks with Chinmay, that I'm trying to end up catching him up on the scoreboard for that. I did take the Buccaneers at -7. So that's that touchdown is very much needed right about now. So.
No doubt, man. No doubt. It's NFL game day Sunday. It's game day here in the break room every day. You guys are the players. So who's going to be playing? Tyler Warren looking like a beast. And yeah, I got Tyler Warren in a couple of my fantasy leagues as well. That was another sleeper pick that I did that I think everybody else did want to take a shot at. Emeka Egbuka, I don't think anybody saw coming out like he has. Except your
lucky.
boy here, Rob.
I got lucky. Yeah, I got him. Kind of like how you're talking about. So is it Tesla?
Tesla. They say Tesla.
Tesla. Yeah.
This might be a Theismann situation, but.
So yeah, I'm just asking just because of Egbuka. Yeah, no, man. I heard nothing but awesome things about him in training camp. I know that his fall in the draft. Whenever you hear people like, "Wow, this guy fell to here," even before the season started, those guys I usually kind of raise an eyebrow to. I'm like, okay, maybe it's worth a look. And something in fantasy, Alex, I don't know how you think about when you end up drafting guys in fantasy, but I've been very negligent to the rookies the last couple of years. So I decided to go into the rookie pool, and I was like, you know what? In my starting lineup every week, I want to have one of those up-and-coming first-round rookies, and Egbuka's been my guy. I got Jamar Chase, Rome Odunze, and Egbuka as my top 3 wide receivers. So I've been off to a pretty good start with those guys.
Yeah, I would say so. So what's it going to be, folks? We got to get this double closed off for your girl Melanie and us guys here, Rob and Alex. We've yet to make a break this show, and I anticipate this double will go down any moment. 3 spots to go in the double. I have the link posted there a couple times. If anybody needs the link, let me know. I'll post it again. But for right now, that's the one to be in because it's going to happen at any moment. You had the likes of Terry McLaurin, Jonathan Taylor, TJ Watt. Both Jonathan Taylor and TJ Watt are on speed flexes. Nico Collins and Jackson Smith and Jigba, who we were talking about previous show, league leader in reception yards at the moment. So what is it going to be? That's the hottest break at the moment. 3 spots to go there. That'll be a double box break. I'm hoping for my girl Melanie to have some luck out of there, or at least get it closed for her. The minis is a great spot to be too because the Ray Lewis, Warren, everything's there. Ray Lewis, Warren Moon, Howie Long, Jerome Bettis, the Bus, John Elway, Troy Aikman, Puka Nacua, who I put in my top 10 fantasy receivers, and he's just right about there. George Kittle, Curtis Martin, Calvin freaking Johnson, Ricky Williams, Michael Vick, and Anquan Bolden. All 3 of them are non-pictured secondary headliners. We also have This league leader, though, come on, guys. Why is this still here? Why are all of these helmets like the Tom Brady's on both the Bucks and the Pats still available? DeMarcus Ware, Lawrence Taylor, Steve Smith, Calvin Johnson, everything but Emmitt Smith and Justin Jefferson are available. Those two have been pulled. Let's go through some of those vids. Let's take a look at the clips. Let's go to the tape. The tail of the tape. There is your potential prize. That Patrick Mahomes giveaway. Voila. That's a sexy little display piece for any house. Julio Jones. If you're a Falcons fan, maybe you're a receiver fan, maybe just a beast fan, because this guy was one of them. Get after it. It's there. You have Barry Sanders, the Lion King. Simba. Or maybe it's Mufasa. I don't know. Whoever the actual Lion King was. My Lion King is Barry Sanders. So here you have this awesome piece with the blue visor, the multi-lion stamps on the back. If you ask me, you can't find another Barry Sanders helmet on the market. Calvin Johnson. Here, I'm sorry, that's not Calvin. It's Chris Johnson. I'm calling this a dual graphic custom speed flex. You have him here running the ball. You have him on this side like one love, baby. And then you have this classic visor like, yeah, that's me looking back at it. I love when they have these chrome visors. They just make the helmet. You got this matte finish with the chrome visor look. Chris Johnson on both sides. Tennessee Titan fans, get after it. Share with your friends that might want it. Don't forget to share our break page. If you see a piece of memorabilia that maybe you're not necessarily after, but you know somebody that is. TJ, Get a Sack Watt. That's not his nickname. I just made it up. Can't think of anything better offhand. So TJ Watt in this sweet fade chrome. I was going to say ghost chrome, but that's probably not what that is. I like how you can hardly see the Steelers logo on this side of it right there. Wow. Any angle of your house that's displayed, you're seeing some reflection. It's a great security camera. No matter what goes down in your house, you're going to see it happen in that reflection. Patty Mahomes. You can also win him in the giveaway for this break, but here he is on the custom speed flex, baby. He's in the back yelling like, why do this, man? Look at me. And then you're looking at yourself in that visor, right? So there he's like, there you are. I can't think of a better Chiefs helmet to display. Everybody's like, oh, I'm looking for Patrick Mahomes. Well, here's the one to get. 19 boxes that are headliners, 26 total boxes left. I repeat, 26 boxes left. 19 of them are headliners. Why am I still saying that? I don't know. The jerseys are hot. 5 spots to go there. The league leaders got 7 spots in the single. 8 spots to go in the double box break for the practice squad. That's also a really good break to get into because it's pretty much brand new. You got Brian Urlacher on authentic, Jamar Chase on a mini. That's a really cool white mini too. Zay Flowers on a speed flex right here on that Baltimore speed flex. I like that a lot. Let me do this really quick. Robbie gets upset about this, so I'm going to switch it over so nobody's upset about that. There we go. Hopefully you guys can see that a little bit better now because I think the Zay Flowers was cut off. All right, Zay Flowers, Eddie George. Dude, everything's there. Chase Young. What did we pull from the pictured headliners? I don't see Kamara, so we must have pulled Kamara and Jim Kelly's there too. So Jamar Chase, Jim Kelly, Myles Garrett, Myles the Ferret Garrett. I'm just kidding. They don't call him that. Eddie George, Dan Marino, Max Crosby, Chris Carter, Tony Dorsett. I bet you that's what it was. Zay Flowers, Brian Urlacher, Brian the Sacker Urlacher, and Chase Young. Wow. For $51 for a single, $102 for a double break, you could be walking away with a Zay Flowers speed flex, an Eddie George speed flex. Heck, a Brian Urlacher authentic, one of the legendary linebackers to play the game. That could be you walking away with that lid. You'll never know if you don't play the break. So what's it going to be? We got to sell a box. We got to get this bad boy done in the next 30 minutes, 34 minutes. Rob and I will hard out at 2 o'clock if we continue on this pace. Otherwise, we can continue breaking through the 3 o'clock. All we got to do is pull the old switcheroo with he and Steven. But for the moment, it's looking, it's kind of at a standstill there, Rob. Any movements at the moment?
Yeah, we got some movement across the board. We got Curtis Gardner hopping right back in. Curtis is hungry, man. He wants to play.
All right.
So he needs a buddy to enter this break with. So he bought into 2 spots into the trick play practice squad double box break, and then we also have Misha with her second order. So Misha, I remember your first time in the break room. I think it was sometime last week. You were just scrolling through, and I believe you said you were either a Chiefs or a Bills fan. It was either one of those AFC powerhouses. So she got herself into the jerseys. So there's four to go there, and we got another person flying in. We have Nathan popping into the single box break in the game day series. So that will now bring the game day series to 5 left.
5 left. All right, so Melanie, if you're listening, we'll see what happens with that. If we get it down to 2 spots, we'll move your double over just so we can break that bad boy. But for now, it's kind of an even draw, and it looks like the double could still happen before the 5-spot single. So we'll see what happens. Kind of an interesting break room scenario. Alex, in the case of the double or single game day box break, I can see it now, children's book. Look at this high roller football series. This thing's sweet too. You got, who do we got left? Kurt Warner, Trevor Lawrence, and Ray Schmewis. Just kidding, it's Lewis on that. This is my favorite lid in the room. That skyline graphic on the side with the Oakley prism visor. Look, you can see the guy spinning it in the mirror or in the visor. So look at the little skyline graphic. Look at all the detail on this side of it. Is that a boat? I don't know, but it's something cool. This entire piece is cool. Okay, maybe you aren't a Ravens fan. Maybe you win it. Maybe you're like, I'm gonna resell this. Well, this is gonna get you some money. Okay, it's gonna get you that spot price back. No doubt. That's in what? The game day? Right? No, it's not. No. It's in the high roller package.
Yeah, it is.
So take advantage. You guys got to get it while the getting is good. Otherwise, we're just sitting here twiddling our thumbs, waiting for you guys to do the magic. This is where the magic happens. You guys provide the magic. So all we do is the opening. That's really, that's the easiest part, the crack and open. You guys do the hard stuff. The typing of the fingers, the punching in the digits, the clicking of the mouse. Personally, Rob says that I'm a professional clicker. I think the people at home are professional clickers. So do it. Don't wait. If you're thinking about it, stop. Yep. Just pull the trigger. Okay? Melanie, I know you're waiting for that double. You could, no pressure. Okay? Because I don't like peer pressure myself, but just piece of advice. Maybe you get another spot in the double. You get it down to 2. It's going to happen between now and the 3 p.m. Either show, this one or the 3 p.m., that game day will happen. If it doesn't happen this show, I promise you that 2 spot will close up for the 3 p.m. and we'll have a pre-fill. So that would be my prediction. I'll buy another one for that too. Well, you do that, man. See, you hear that? If Curtis buys another spot, you buy another spot. That puts us down to 1 friggin' spot. And guess what? Somebody's going to close it. So Curtis, I'll put the link in the chat if you want to just use that, my man. Make it easier.
And I know nobody's going to want to wait for that either. So it's instead of having it being an old school Western type of standoff here, waiting for somebody to make that first move, you guys both go in together, and it just automatically speeds up the process for that. So also shout out to Keith Gustafson. getting into the minis. So we're
Okay.
getting movement all across the board. Everybody's, swimming in different bowls right now, but that's perfectly okay because we're trying to drain all of these out together.
We're making moves.
We are indeed. 4 left in the jerseys, 5 left in the minis, which is a double break, so keep that in mind. Like Alex has been talking about, specifically for you, Melanie, we have 4 spots left in the, this is the vault double break, I should say. Then we have 3 spots left in the game day double break, 5 spots in the single break for the game day. So we got 5 and under in 4 different series right now. So it's just a matter of you guys in the last half an hour that Alex and I are here for you. Hopefully it lasts a little bit longer than that. The orders have been coming in more and more over the last 10 minutes. So you guys are clearly looking into getting into something here. And Curtis keeps listening to us, man. Curtis wants to see something go down. He's going back into the game day series.
Curtis, you're my all-star of the day, my friend.
He is, man. He's been a good one. He's definitely been a trooper.
Curtis. You know what else I'm gonna do? Change up Audible. I'm going to add. Let's do game day to the Chase Wheel instead of Speed Flex. Let's get these people some incentive for closing this bad boy out.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, you guys get into the Chase Wheel, then we'll do a Chase Wheel spin no matter what for this show. But you guys got to close out. You got to close out the game day double. So I'm going to change that on the randomizer, or on the not randomizer. But that's going to change up. Kudos to you guys at home. So instead of Speed Flex, I'm just going to put game day double. Close it out. So in that case, it'll make it easy. Just one list for you. Just put them in 2 times, and I can even help with that if you need to. Rob. What's the score? Any score? Any crazy score updates? Any pick sixes or disappointments?
Oh, there's definitely a lot of that. It is not a good day. It's not a good day to be a Cincinnati Bengals fan. This got really, really ugly in the first half. They're down 24-3 now in the first half.
Well, I'll be damned.
To Minnesota. Isaiah Rodgers actually just became the first Minnesota Vikings player to ever have 2 defensive touchdowns in the same game. He has a pick 6 and a forced fumble recovery, a little scoop and score action.
Well, Isaiah, thanks for messing up my parlay. I appreciate that, bud. So, but that's all right. But I think, coming off that win last week, I kind of thought the Bengals were going to do better, but I guess not.
Yeah, I think we all kind of bought into the Jake Browning hype a little too much. Not really the hype, but the competency of Browning in terms of what he showed 2 years ago when Burrow missed a lot of time. You fooled a lot of us because you and I were in lockstep on that. Carson Wentz he's done enough, but it's been the whole defense for the Vikings. The Vikings have put up 14 points alone defensively. So that's been really the difference. But throughout some of the rest of the scores, some games that are actually pretty close to competitive, we have the Steelers and Patriots 14-7 at halftime. Steelers on the road in the lead. We have the Jags holding on to a 7-3 lead. Both offenses non-existent in this first half down in Duval County. Houston's going to get the ball back with 4 seconds left in the first half to try to do something, which is pretty remarkable, honestly, Alex, just because you have Trevor Lawrence, who was hyped up to be a generational quarterback, had a great second season with Doug Peterson. But, man, ever since that playoff game, when he had that miraculous comeback against Justin Herbert, both of their first career playoff games, Trevor Lawrence, ever since he got paid, man, it's just been a lot of question marks for T-Law. And then C.J. Stroud, after his electrifying rookie year, he's been about as pedestrian as it can get.
Right.
Ever since that excellent start. So definitely a lot of interesting games, but we were kind of spoiled last week, man. Last week was pretty crazy with the early games we had.
Yeah.
So
yes. We'll have to wait and see, man. I was at the Lions at Ford Field last week, so I wasn't really tuning in, but I was getting ready for that game. And I guess that was an early kickoff, so I wasn't really paying attention to the other games, but I mean, it was a wild week in the NFL nonetheless.
Man, if you want to talk about for those that play fantasy football, definitely the one thing to pay attention to are your defenses. If you have the Minnesota Vikings defense or now the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tyrod Taylor pick 6 for Tampa Bay. They're now up 19-6. They've scored 19 unanswered in that first half against the Jets. Luckily, I have Tampa Bay putting in all my work for their defense in my fantasy lineup. Dude, they got 21 points right now. 21 points in fantasy on the defense. So that's good to see. But it'd be even better to see everybody close out some of these breaks because we're close, guys. Curtis really wants to see this happen. He's about 2 out of the last 3 double box breaks in that game day. So we're right there.
There we go.
We're right there.
There we go. That's what's up, man. So help Curtis out, help Melanie out. Get that close. Here's the game day one more again. You have your Jonathan Taylor Speed Flex, TJ Watt Speed Flex. You also have Terry McLaurin, Nico Collins, Jackson Smith-Njigba. Both Nico and Jackson Smith-Njigba are non-pictured secondary headliners. In addition to that, and I went ahead and pulled an old audible, man. I made the game day double the chase wheel. So if we close it out, we'll definitely be doing a chase wheel spin. We'll give it until about 2 o'clock to see where we're at. I'm hoping if we get that closed, I wouldn't be surprised if that kind of sparks some fire underneath everybody else in the break page. Get moves on some other breaks. We'll get the ball rolling. Here's the Jersey break, though. That still has Ty Law, Michael Irvin, Adrian Peterson, Troy Polamalu, Baker Mayfield, and Roger Craig. So let me show that because my randomizer isn't up. But that's the Jersey break. That's pretty close to dropping 2. 4 spots to go there. 5 spots to go in the minis. The minis are hot as well. I mean, with Calvin Johnson and the minis, come on. Curtis Martin, George Kittle, Puka Nacua, Troy Aikman is there too. John Elway, Jerome Bettis, Howie Long, Warren Moon, Ray Lewis, Ricky Williams, Michael Vick, and Anquan Bolden, all available in the mini break. It's not a bad deal. So, Den, I see you joining us now. Den, the game day double is down to 2 spots. If you're wanting to get into something, my man, it's probably our next closest break to happening. If you get into that as well, you have an opportunity to win a chase wheel spin up to $100 back, which would be cool. You get $230, get $100 back. Down to 1, somebody says. Did Curtis get another spot? There we go.
Yep, looks like it. We got another order in here, and it's actually J-Bo.
Jay
coming in, yeah, for the double.
Jay Bowerson?
It might be. It just says J Bow.
J Bow. Bow wow wow yippee yo yippee yay.
What's going
Bow
on?
wow wow yippee yo yippee J. Ha ha.
Wow, J Bow. Way to go. There you go. 1 to go.
That's gonna happen any moment. That's gonna happen.
So just so you guys know what you're playing for, I think you guys already do, but I'm just really glad that we're seeing some movement specifically in game day because obviously the double box break makes it that much better, Alex. But that Jonathan Taylor and TJ Watt, those boys need to pop out. They are just begging to be broken open. So again, 2 of the nicest helmets we have in the series, and the fact that you're getting them in the game day potentially, that has some of the best overall value possible. And let's see if we're gonna get ready to have this happen here.
They're gonna bust out like a pit.
Yeah,
you know.
And who?
Like
I see where you're going.
Like a pair of helmets. You know, they're gonna pop right out of them boxes.
Well, you know who wants to see them pop out? David the Headliner Harrison.
Yep.
Closing us out. He was waiting, man. He came in for the snipe. He got her done. So way to go, David.
Yep. Let's pop them boxes, baby. Pop them all. Let's pop them. We got to get that game day cracked open. The TJ Watt Speed Flex. We got to unbutton the Terry McLaurin. We got to running out of the terms here. We got to open the Jonathan Taylor.
You might have to stop while you're ahead.
We got to do the Nico. We got to do the Jackson Smith-Njigba. So this is going to happen. Melanie kicked it off at the start of the show. She said, where the heck is this double at? Let's break it open. She wasn't lying, man. It's about to happen. I told you, Melanie, it'll happen. It'll happen. And we thought you might be doing the old switcheroo, and you didn't need to. So I'm going to push this bad boy until we get this double break broken, because we're not leaving here empty-handed for the 12 p.m. I'll tell you that much.
For which one?
The double game day.
It is broke.
Oh, we did it?
Yeah, that was
What?
That was David. That's
David,
what I was saying.
naughty. All right, whoa.
Yeah.
Man, I missed something there. So
You're good. I could see your mind was on other things. It's
the
totally
box
fine.
breaks too. Yep. 2 box numbers. Well, David, good job for the double game day. Finally for Melanie. Melanie, if you want to drop us a box number or anybody else, we'll get that bad boy up and rolling. Otherwise, thank you guys for everybody getting that done, and we'll definitely be doing a Chase wheel spin by the end of the show. So, congrats. I hate when this does that. Let me see if I can make this a little bit smaller so y'all can see your names. There we go. 2 box numbers, or we can do the wheel twice, 12 and 14. Let me double check that we have those, but we should, my man. David Headliner Harrison, because all he does is pull headliners. David, we have league leader. We don't have 12, but we definitely have 14. Oh, I'm sorry, not the league leader. We're doing game day. We do have 12 and 14. So you got it, bud. Take those off the ticker. It's looking in the wrong spot. Game day. All right, I'll grab this. You want me to grab them real quick? 12 and 14.
12 and 14. I got you.
You know where it's at?
The
We're gonna pull a headliner. I'm feeling it.
12 and 14.
12 and old 14. The old 12 and 14.
Okay, so I told you yesterday I did this with the minis. I called your JMO and San Laporta
Okay.
in the mini in the last series, and then Anquan Bolden as well. So
Okay.
You think that we're gonna get a headliner? I agree with you. You know, whenever I'm working with you, Alex,
Yeah.
which is my first
It
time,
gets weird.
but
Things
it's
get
okay.
weird.
It gets a little bit, yeah. Just thankfully it's not the After Dark show, but I feel golden on the inside. How about we light up this room with a little bit of gold? Let's get the Pittsburgh Steeler T.J. Watt out. It's what I'm feeling.
When you said, how about we light up, I didn't know where you were going with that, but absolutely. Let's do it, man. Taylor's coming out, Den says. All right, well, you think so, my man. You think so. Box number 12. We're going to randomize this selection first. 6 was our dice roll of the show. Thank you, everybody at home, for getting that bad boy closed out. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Curtis Gardner. Jerry Gardner. You ever seen that movie, Heavyweights?
Mm-hmm.
Classic.
Oh, it's a good one.
Jerry Gardner is going to start, not Jerry Gardner, Curtis Gardner is going to start us off in the NFC North. He's also going to have the NFC South. Melanie, my girl, who's wanted this bad boy to happen since, the dawn of time. NFC East, NFC West is David. AFC North is Tom. J-Bone, J-Bow. He's got AFC South. I'm going to say that's Jay Bowerson. AFC East is Tracy Fawcett. AFC West is Mark Loveless. No, he's not loveless today, but he might win. He might get some love. Let's see what happens, y'all. Good luck. I wish you all the best of luck. You guys are the best. Let's do it. I'm going to say this is a speed flex.
Yup.
Okay, I don't think it is.
Come on.
You never know. You never know. I like the color of the face mask, though.
It's a good start.
We can see that much. Box 12. What did you have? What do you have in store for us today, Box 12? Ooh, Daddy-o. Oh, one of the best young defenders in the league at the moment.
Ooh.
Jared Verse on that Rams lid, baby. Is that a headliner? No.
No.
In the game day.
That is nice.
You never know what's lying out there, baby. That's gonna go to our friend in the NFC West, David Harrison. Congratulations, my boy.
came in and got that last spot, and he gets rewarded for it.
Jared Verse authentic. I got it in all caps. That looks horrible. Let me take that off.
Defensive Rookie of the Year last year, I believe.
You're right. You are right. That thing is clean. We're leaving that boy on the table. That thing's clean, Daddy-O. Look at that. Very cool. Nifty little mug there. Beckett authentication on the back. That's a really good hit, dude.
I mean, just the Rams colors, man, are just that's just I would say borderline iconic. I just really like the color scheme there.
I know. I like how they kind of, they used to have that navy and gold. I like how they went back to the old school royal blue and yellow,
I just think it looks, it has the old ties, to the old St. Louis Rams, but it has it's a more modern version. Every time I look at that, though, I see Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
Just for his Triple Crown that he won a couple years ago when they won the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that just screams Cooper Kupp to me. That's what I see. Or Aaron Donald, of course. But
David Harrison, congratulations again, my man.
he's a happy camper.
Yes, he is. Jared Verse. What a curse. Sorry. Authentic. Box number 14 is coming up.
Very nice.
I was approximately 14 years old when I accidentally crashed my mother's Durango into our garage. That's a long story, but box 14 it is. Could be crashing right into your home, this speed flex.
So who do you have next to you? Who did you just pull?
Jared Verse.
The guy that just got a strip sack on Jalen Hurts.
What?
For a touchdown? Yeah.
Dude, we called it.
on
What?
cue.
Hey, we called it Rams over
Right on cue.
Eagles. You heard it here first.
26-7.
ESPN who? Oh, Ultimate Autographs Network, baby.
Yeah, it's got to be. Yeah, you guys listen to the wrong network.
Well, at the beginning of the season, they had a quarterback ranking thing. I lost all respect for some of those analysts after I saw that. Like, there was just some names. I mean, guys that just were not getting, and I'm not even talking Jared Goff here. I actually thought Jared Goff was kind of ranked a little bit high on that list, but there's people on there that weren't even talked about, man. And look where Jay Allen is right now, and he might have been in the top 5. He should have been the top 2. That's not even a discussion. All right, another vinyl bag, guys. So typically that means both speed flexes are still available because they will be in a fabric, a nice cloth bag. But this vinyl, you just saw what was in the and more, so you never know what's here in some of these higher price series. Game day included. Ooh, daddy. Oh. Dude. Your fantasy player.
Another one.
For week 2 is Colston Loveland. Spin the wheel for your point multiplier.
Look at that.
So I think we'll probably carry this over to week 3. Is that right? Or week 2? What did he get for week 2?
Yeah, so you're gonna take the week 2 score, and then multiply it on.
I actually have him in fantasy,
There you.
so I can.
I can tell you right now, it's not.
Hey, last week 2, I don't think he
good,
did
yeah.
much.
Yeah.
I'm not even just saying this. You could look it up. I think it is 0. I don't think he had any touches. I'm looking him up right now. I'm looking him up. He had. Oh, maybe I actually ditched him in one of my leagues. Hold on, guys. You just hold your horses. Would you look that up for me while I?
His fantasy.
Yep.
Got you.
It's got to be Colston Loveland on a Bears rave lid. Woo! If you didn't catch the hint there, he's got a nice signature, dude. Look at that L.
Yeah.
That's like a ideal looking cursive L. That's going home to Curtis Gardner. Curtis, bro. I'm glad you're going home with something for closing us out there, or helping us get to that point.
Getting 2 youngins out of the boxes too. I like that. I always like getting the young guys. Getting some rookies going. Their value can only appreciate over time. It's a Bears heavy room today. We're going a little bit of Bears past, a little bit of Bears present. We started off with the fridge this morning, and the mini helmet right over here, and then now I got Colston Loveland, same design rave. One's a mini, one's a rave, and then that's gonna be 0, man.
So unfortunately, my friend, the fantasy multiplier does you no good today is anything times 0. I've been teaching my 5th graders
Yes.
is 0. So,
That checks out.
but dude, you ain't going home empty-handed. You could also win that Chase wheel spin we'll do at the end of the show, but you're going home with this Colston Loveland. Both are of which the Jared Verse and the Colston Loveland are, I would consider somewhat of some hidden gems there. You have a first-round draft pick in Colston Loveland that has yet to kind of make his mark in the NFL, and you have Jared Verse, who's definitely made his mark. So, sick hits, guys. That goes to show you what we have in some of these. You know, we spend a lot of time talking about the headliners, which is great. It's what we're supposed to do, but that goes to show you what we have in other breaks, too, or, you know, in some of these other boxes. So, Curtis, awesome hit. We will likely... Well, we're definitely going to do the Chase wheel spin at the end of the show. We'll do that at 2 o'clock, no matter what. So if you guys want to get into another game day, and I'll just make this game day now instead of, oops, why did I do that? Instead of the double, I was just trying to get that closed out for them. So since the single is probably going to close out next, that was not far off, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to add just the game day in general as part of the chase. So I like that helmet. I like that helmet color too, Curtis. It's coming home to you, brother.
Yeah. No, it's definitely, when you think of Chicago Bears, or the color orange in the Chicagoland area. I mean, it's a very fall festive show. A lot of orange in the room today. You think of the Chicago Bears and the color orange. But, yeah, hopefully Colston Loveland can get some targets today. He's got a big matchup against the Dallas Cowboys. The Bears looking for a very elusive victory. And, you know, look, I'm not an NFL coach by any means. My football acumen is not that high, but I don't know about you, Alex, but I would definitely recommend scripting up some easy targets for Colston Loveland to get him going. I mean, you use a first-round draft pick on the guy. You know, and obviously out of Michigan.
And you passed up Tyler Warren to get him, too.
Yeah.
And, like, if you listen to me when I was talking fantasy in the year, I put Colston Loveland in my sleepers because I felt that, you know, Ben Johnson being the offensive mastermind that he is, why did he move? Why did he do what he did and stay put, not make any moves for Colston Loveland, but he also passed on Tyler Warren to get him, right? And then a plethora of other players. So you saw something in the guy. I agree. I 100% agree with you. You have Cole Kmet. Cool. But put this guy out there and see what he can do. You know, like I don't think I saw him against the Lions. So I saw him warm up, but for was 10th overall, something like that.
Yeah, I think he was 8 or 10. No, 10 or 11. Yeah. 10 or 11. Yeah.
What are we doing? So use him. And he's supposed to be a stud, but if you're using him to just be a complimentary piece to Cole Kmet in your offense, then why did you draft a tight end 10th or 11th overall, right?
Yeah, and I mean, you're obviously not going to draft a guy that high as a tight end to be a passer or run blocker. You know, he obviously had dynamic abilities at Michigan in terms of being a pass catcher. So it's just a matter of being able to script things up for him. But it seems like the one guy who, again, was a very highly touted draft pick, was a first-round pick again the year before. And it looks like Roma Dunze's had his coming out party to start the year off for the Bears. He's quite literally the only positive, I think, on either side of the ball that you can talk about when it comes to the Chicago Bears right now. So they definitely have a lot of toys to play with. Ben Johnson has an abundance of young talent on his hands and experienced talent as well with guys like DJ Moore. But get Colston the ball, man. Get Colston the ball. So hopefully that helmet value can only rise after today's game against Dallas.
For sure. Are you reposting it right now?
Yep. Yep.
And then let's see where we're at with the break page. Rob's putting up the double that we just did, so you have the opportunity to get in that again. We have 5 more minutes before we'll do the chase wheel spin for those people that got into the game day. If you want to get into the game day one more again, do so within the next few minutes so we can get your name into the chase wheel. The double for the mini, I shouldn't say double because it's always a double. The mini break is 5 spots to go there. In the mini, we still have Ray Lewis, Warren Moon, Howie Long, Jerome Bettis, John Elway, Troy Aikman, Puka Nacua. I said Pua like the pig from Moana. George Kittle, Curtis Martin, Calvin Johnson on a mini. That thing's sick. Ricky Williams, Michael Vick, and Anquan Bolden are all available in the mini still. I think the hottest break at the moment, or the one that I would be in if I were you at home, is that league leader speed flex. Whether it's the single, the double, or the quad, that is the place to be. I'm not just saying that. Truthfully, this is your biggest bang for your buck. Some of the biggest names in the NFL currently and in the past, we have some of those big playmakers, baby. Not Patrick. I know it says Patrick and Pat, but we have Patrick over here and Patrick, same guy. This one's the prize. That one's one you could possibly win. So the bedazzled, clean-looking Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, that thing is just absolutely beautiful. Barry Sanders, TJ Watt, Calvin Johnson, Steve Smith, and Chris Johnson are some of the great names available. Not to mention Tom Brady, twofold on both the Bucs and the Patriots lid. We have Mike Evans on the Chrome Buccaneers Speed Flex. Lawrence Taylor, DeMarcus Ware. Somebody here recently was I think it was Curtis. He was was it Curtis, a Cowboys fan? That's a great break to be in. Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, both two legendary receivers available. Speaking of legendary receivers, Julio Jones is also there. Patrick Mahomes, twofold prize, and then he's here in a potential box win. So the speed flex is where I would be if I were you. Double break, $470. Not a bad deal to potentially win two speed flex helmets with some of the greatest names in football. 4 spots to go in the jersey break. Michael Irvin, Ty Law, Adrian Peterson, Troy Polamalu, Baker Mayfield, and Roger Craig, all potential headliners that you could hit. The jerseys, 7 total headliners, 12 boxes altogether. That's a really, really good chance at hitting one of those headliners. No, unfortunately, Panthers fan, I stick to my state. Oh, okay. So I like that, bro. Hey, man, I am the same way. I'm a Lions fan because I was born and raised there. I kind of feel silly, even though I've lived here for the last several years in Chicago. I feel silly rooting for the Bears sometimes, like dirty almost. No offense, Bears are great, but it's just part of my fandom. That's. People ask me my favorite baseball team, the Tigers, favorite basketball team, the Pistons, favorite hockey team, the Red Wings. If there was a soccer team in Detroit, that'd be my favorite soccer team. The Rockers, the Detroit Rockers was an indoor soccer team. But yeah, I'm with you, Heels. So Curtis Heels. What else do we got here? Practice God, brand new. I said that like I was from Practice God from Boston. Practice Squad. Mariano. Marino, Crosby, not Mariano, Marino, Dan. That's I think how Robbie would say.
What's in that?
Dan Mariano.
What's in that cup over there? Is that you sure that's water?
Yeah, it's water. That we also have Max Crosby, Jamar Chase on a mini. The Max Crosby jersey is one of my favorite items in the room, by the way. But Jamar Chase mini, Jim Kelly on the authentic, Myles Garrett. What a cool little salute to service Browns action there. Eddie George on the speed. Chris Carter is also there. Zay Flowers, Brian Urlacher on that ripped authentic, and Chase Young on the custom speed flex for the Saints. Not a bad get up there in the practice squad, if you ask me. So game day, we just did that double. That's fresh and up to date. 8 slots remaining. We got about a minute left to go. If you guys are going to do it, get that done. So, Rob, any last thoughts for you? It looks like we might have some things that are ready for pre-fills for our 3 p.m. show. It'll be Steven and I, but it's your last show of the day. Wrap things up. Any last thoughts, my man?
Awesome first day with you, brother. Sucks that I got to be the one swapping out here for my man Steven coming up, but I know that he will do just as good, if not a much better job than me, so that'll be fun for you guys. But yeah, overall, I'm glad they were able to get something out of the double box in the game day, just because I think game day is one of the better series that we have had. Unfortunately, no headliners in that series, but had some fun, had some good times. Now it's time to go relax, watch some football, and I'll be tuned in though to you and Steven at 3:00.
Awesome, good. Hopefully we don't do anything too weird, and hopefully it's a fun show. I anticipate it will be as we progress through these Sundays. Things start to heat up, especially on game days. And if you haven't taken advantage of some of these items like the Speed Flex or even the game day that we just did, please do so now, because we're down to 2 shows left in the day. If these items are still available at the end of the 6 p.m. show, I'm not sure that they're going to still be here throughout the day tomorrow. The big dogs will eat. So as they start to come in and roll in and see some of the items we have available, they will take advantage. I urge you, if you haven't already done so, to buy your spots. I appreciate Melanie. I appreciate Curtis in particular for getting some of those last minute spots so we could close out the double game day. We are going to do that chase wheel spin here in a second. But I do appreciate you guys at home. UA community, you are the best. One last time before we do a rundown, or before we do a chase wheel spin, I'm going to do just a glance at the break page to see where we're at. That'll give you a last moment to get into the game day so you can get your name into that chase wheel spin. That'll buy us a little bit more time too if you're thinking about making a purchase. So 8 spots to go and 7 spots to go, 8 in the quad, 7 in the double for the speed flex. Those things I hope get moving soon. Those are some of our better items in the room. 5 spots to go in the mini. That's $52 a spot. Definitely one of our more affordable breaks. $29 for a jersey spot. That's 4 spots remaining. I anticipate that could be a pre-fill for the next show. 7 spots remaining in the single spot league leader speed flex. Again, probably our best series in the room. Not BSing you. You have the double box break for the practice squad. People are taking advantage of that. That is down to 6 spots. Hopefully that could be a pre-fill for the 3 p.m. show. Double box break for game day. We just did that in this show. Thank you again to the folks at home that took advantage of those spots available. 8 spots, fresh break for you guys to kick off the 3 p.m. 7 spots to go in the high roller. That is another hot break. 6 spots to go in the double vault. 4 spots to go in the game day single. That could also be a pre-fill. 4 spots to go in the single vault. 8 for the diamond double and 8 for the diamond single. So pretty wide open for the most part in for most of those series. However, we have some 4s there too. So I'm looking forward to having a few pre-fills. I appreciate all you guys at home for getting into that game day double though. But while we wait, I suppose, let's get that game day chase wheel spin going for the people that participated. And it's just the same list of people times 2. Since you got into a double break, I put you in there twice. So you have double the opportunity to win, and we will do a top draw to see who is going to spin it for the amount. Remember, our dice roll of the day was 6, or of the show. So we'll do this 6 times around. Tom, Mark, Tracy, Curtis, Jay, Mark again, Tom, Curtis, Melanie, Jay, good luck to all you guys, and David as well. David, I think, walked away with that Jared verse. So
He did.
Good luck. Congrats to those that won, Curtis and David, for this show. And let's see if you can walk away with a little bit of UA cash. Here's that randomizer. 6 times around. That's 2, 4, 6. Tracy Fawcett, one of our regulars here. Congratulations, Tracy. You were in that top spot. Woo! For the chase wheel, if I can find her. Oh, we might have to pull up a chase wheel because I don't see one. Chase wheel spin. We'll do 1 through. I'm gonna have to get a new wheel spin up, guys. I apologize. Get this wheel up 1 through 100. Tracy, you let me know what number you would like to start on. Otherwise, I'll kick it off from the 1 spot. That's where I usually like to start from, and typically where we'll do each show from if we don't hear from the customer. So Tracy, if you're in the chat, let me know, and we will spin it from number 1 or whatever number you would like. Otherwise, we'll kick it off from 1. So, Rob, last thoughts from me. Great working with you, dude. I always appreciate my UA brethren, but dude, you're an awesome guy. Normal. I think that's one of the best compliments you can give somebody. So, appreciate you. Tracy wants to spin for 49. Tracy, I knew there was a specific number that you liked. 49. We'll get that bad boy rolling. Okay, so I'm going to spin it from 49. Good luck, Tracy. I only spin them high rollers around here, baby, so let's see what happens. Psych, I don't. Okay, so it was 7. We're gonna go ahead and give Tracy a $10 gift card to UA. Just round it up, give her 10. I apologize, Tracy. I have to say that's probably the lowest chase wheel I've ever done. But $10 coming your way. That's $10 off a mini, a jersey, or any spot that you want to get. $10 to Tracy Fawcett for the 12 p.m. chase wheel. Well, congratulations to Tracy for winning that $10. Congratulations to David and Curtis on their wins today. I appreciate everybody at home for participating and listening and just tuning in general. We will be here for the 3 p.m. and the 6 p.m. show. It'll be myself and Steven. I would believe that I will be in the host seat. Steven prefers to produce. Rob, as always, man, great working with you. Great seeing you. We appreciate you. We'll see you guys here in about an hour. Thanks again. Peace out, y'all.